Alright, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of the walk around. Now I must let it be known, we have got about 12 minutes left on the SD card. It's 100 degrees outside. I'm wearing the helmet as a camera holding device, so it's very hot. We're running low on storage, so it might sound like I'm rushing. Apologies if that is the case. But today guys, we've got a beautiful 2013 MV Agusta Brutale 675. Now 675, that might sound familiar. This is very similar to your street triples, which are also 675 3 cylinders. However, they sound completely different. I mean, the street triples, they've got a little bit of a whistle to them, also just the exhaust tone as well. It's completely different. They are both inline threes. So it's quite interesting that you can have almost exactly the same engine, yet they produce completely different sounds. This is an absolutely beautiful bike. A lot of attention to detail, I must say. So unfortunately, I have not ridden one of these bikes. It is very rare, especially in the place that we are in, which is Gauteng, South Africa. It is the first one that I've actually ever seen in the country. So yeah, whether it might be due to lack of my time being spent, or that might be due to me not spending a lot of time looking at bikes online. But I do a lot of riding, and I have not ever in my life seen one of these on the roads. Anyways guys, with that being said, obviously I can't give you a great idea in terms of how this thing performs. However, I do know that it sounds absolutely crazy, and if it's anything like the triples, it's going to be very smooth, very linear power band, and a very nice powerful low end, normally at about 6k rpms on the street triples. I think this one also goes up to about 13. I think the revs are very similar to the triple, so if you want something to kind of relate this to, definitely you're going to relate it to the likes of your street triple 675s. I mean, even down to things like your seat width, your inseam, very similar to the street triple, as well as your handlebar placement. It's all very similar to the street triple. It's just like a nicer Italian version, you know. And surprisingly, this thing has actually got a really good price on it, guys. It's selling for 80,000. It's got about 39,000 Ks on the clock, and as you guys can see, it's in almost perfect condition. It's absolutely stunning. And as I said, 80,000 bucks, guys. If I had the money, this would already be in my garden. Actually, it would be in the house. But anyways guys, with that being said, I'm going to jump straight into modifications / special things that I would just like to touch on this bike. Now, as you guys can see, triple outlet exhaust, looks absolutely beautiful, and it sounds as you would expect. It's absolutely crazy. Now, it is quite common to see the triple outlet exhaust on the MVs. I mean, I've even seen some of them with a quad outlet exhaust, so very nice. And one of the things that I noticed when let me just mention this, we did do a walk around on this previously. We just, unfortunately, the file got corrupted. But one of the things that I noticed was the color of these exhausts is almost the exact same color as this, and that is the only panel on this bike that has that coloring. So you gotta wonder, did they do this coloring on that rear piece specifically to match this and incorporate it into the bike? I don't know, but if they did it unintentionally, it worked out absolutely fabulously. So 10 points for that. Now, one of the things that I also appreciate about this bike is your placement of your passenger pegs. 9 out of 10 bike manufacturers would literally just put a little bracket over there and they would bring it out here, but these guys have gone the extra mile. They've gone and tucked it nicely underneath your seat there. So if you remove these, you're not going to see anything. It's not going to look like something is missing. Again, it's attention to detail, attention to design. I mean, even just coming down to look at these, you've got your MV logo. It's yeah. I mean, I don't even want to get started on the design and appreciation that I have for the design on here. One of my other favorite things about this bike is this seat. It is stock standard. It does come like this, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. It's not one of those cases where, you know, take my street triple for example. You know, it had that rear seat. It was essentially like this with none of the fancy stitching. So it was one continuous seat, but it didn't have the separating factor, and it looks so good. It really does look so good. I love everything about this bike, if you guys aren't able to tell that. There's one thing which I'll get to, but other than that one thing, I love everything about this bike. It's perfect, perfect. Love the seat, love it. Attention to detail once again. I mean, that stitching is beautiful. 10 out of 10 for the seat. Again, coming back onto these rear panels. I mean, just look at that. Such a nice design. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm assuming that we do have a tail tidy. 9 out of 10 times the manufacturers are going to bring it out all the way there, and that is purely for regulations, should we say. Well, it is it is for regulation purposes. As you guys would have seen, we've got a single-sided swing arm. Very uncommon on the 600s. This is the first 600 that I've seen with a single-sided swing arm, so another 10 points for that. Again, one of my favorite things about the bike. It looks absolutely stunning, and it actually looks better than the Dukes. It really does. That swing arm is absolutely beautiful. While we are on this side of the bike, guys, as you can see, we do have an MV Agusta stock standard quick shifter. I'm not sure if it does have an auto blipper. I'm going to assume that it doesn't. However, there's always a chance that it does. But again, 10 points for that. I mean, based on the year model that this thing is, guys, we've got so many nice things going on. We've got the single-sided swing arm, Brembo front and rear, you've got steel braided, you've got a quick shifter, you've got a single-sided swing arm, like, it goes on and on and on. So, I mean, single-sided swing arm and quick shifter on the 600, what more could you ask for? So, another huge pro. Coming up here to have a look at the mirrors. These are definitely not stock, but we've got some nice winglet mirrors, and they are functional, they do work, so that's always a nice pro. Something that I did notice is that this tank is very wide. I mean, look at that, very wide tank. Again, quite similar to the street triples actually. The design of this, I'm very curious as to what bike they based the design of this off of. Just wondering. So going on to the one thing that I do not like about these bikes. Is my time up? Oh my god, guys. Okay, we've got 3 minutes. One of the things that I don't like about this bike is indicators. They look too big. They're too big. Make them a little bit smaller. Nah, perfect. You've got our air intakes on either side over here, so you're getting lots of air into that air intake. An absolutely stunning bike all around, from front to back, bottom to top. Almost nothing but good things to say. It's quite literally just these indicators. Now I'm going to quickly run and get the key. I think we've got about maybe 2 minutes left on the SD card. Something pretty cool is that it actually has a alarm system, or immobilizer should I say. So if you move the bike and you don't press this little button, it's going to start screaming at you. Quite an unconventional kill switch. I've only seen it on one other bike, which was... what bike was it? There was a bike that I saw this on. It was actually a dirt bike. It was a dirt bike. Husqvarna. Yeah, Husqvarna TC200 or TE200 had the exact same kill switch. So very interesting. I haven't seen that on a sport bike yet. Dash, nice and basic. Everything that you need to see is there. With that being said, guys, let's get a little startup going. It sounds like a nuclear reactor. It's absolutely nice. Apologies to everyone in the shop. Absolutely crazy. Oh, there you go. Anyways, guys, I'm going to quickly wrap things up there. If you would like to see more of the bike, simply come to Dewet&Bikes. You can come check this thing out for yourself. And yeah, once again, guys, if you have any questions about this bike, drop them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Anyways, guys, that's it from me today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. And one thing to quickly finish things off, very cool. We've got a radiator, so it's water cooled. We've also got an oil cooler, so it's also oil cooled. Dual cooling systems. Very nice, very nice. Anyways, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one. Peace.